Okay, hello Lakeside. We are back. It's Steve and JoAnne. We're back to do the backhand side. We're going to show you the backhand volley and the backhand chip. We talked about the grip earlier, and we talked about my continental versus her continental. Mine is more like a hammer. Hers is a little bit more up on top, so hers has got a bit more angle than mine. But the idea of the backhand now is we're still going to strike down on the ball. We're still going to impart backspin. You can do it with two hands. It's very difficult to do it with two hands when you're trying to slice, but we're going to show you that as well. The backhand slice comes from above the ball and to the ball like this. You use your left foot, which is the opposite of what we did on the other side with your right foot. When we showed you how to get out of a split step and go into the ball, it was always on your right foot over there. Now it's on your left foot over here. So we use the left hand as a support mechanism and to draw the racket back. So in ready position, why would I wait in ready position a little bit on my backhand side? Because I have to protect my body with my backhand side. So the idea is that if it's from my right hip over that's going to be a backhand, I would prefer you be ready with a backhand grip or a backhand position so that you can take everything at your body as a backhand. So, in order to load the backhand volley, the first thing you do is you pull it back with your left hand like this. You'll hear a lot of pros say, don't take a backswing. Well, let me explain something about that. A backswing would be like me taking the racket back like this. That is a backswing. But if I make an initial reaction like this and then turn my shoulders, it looks as though I took a backswing, but I really didn't take a backswing. So the idea is I initiate it here, then with the shoulder turn, that's what takes the racket back to put it into a strong enough position to hit the shot. Nobody is strong enough to hit a volley from out here without taking any backswing at all and just go to the ball. Nobody. So what happens is if you don't turn your shoulders and you just volley from out here, you're not going to have a very good backhand volley. When JoAnne takes it back, she'll pull it back with her left hand and then go ahead and hit a volley, okay, and do that again. Now she starts it on her left foot and ends it on her right. So she starts on her left, ends on the right. Okay, back up just a couple steps, Joe. There you go. And boom. Beautiful. Okay, now throw up the ball so she can chip. Now that means, the chip means that the ball's got to bounce. So the idea is that she's still doing the exact same footwork. The length of motion on the slice backhand or the slice chip might be a little bigger than the volley. Now alternate, Carl, please. One volley, one chip. One volley, one chip.
Oh,
nope,
sorry.
try again. One chip.
Nope.
Oh, that's okay. Volley. Now chip.
Chip.
Yep. Now volley. Now chip. Okay. All right, now let me show. So now you'll look. Okay, good.
Okay.
So the idea is now you saw JoAnne with her volley grip, which means hers is way over much more toward a backhand. What you'll see mine is my hammer grip or my universal grip is a little more flat than JoAnne's would. If you looked at her racket, she would be like this. I'm more like this, just perpendicular to the ground. So if you watch my initiation of the stroke, it's exactly the same as JoAnne's. And then what you do with the volley is you just separate your hands like this. So you'll see my left hand go back the equal distance that my right hand goes forward. Okay, so the idea is that you just do that. Now a chip.
Up, chip.
Okay, now a chip. And done. Okay, now I'm doing the exact same technique. I'm still separating my hands the same distance, and I'm imparting backspin. What you're going to find is that you will have better control of the ball if you use top spin or backspin. So good players use rotation to control the ball, not swing speed. Thank you. Okay, so that's the backhand chip and the backhand volley. The only thing I'm going to add to this is when you hit a two-hander, the motion is identical. You pick the racket up and you just move your shoulders to the ball. You try not to do too much motion. And then of course, as you get better, you'll find that you can do a swinging volley, which is something that we'll get to later. But this is the two-handed volley. The chip will be identical. Now the chip will be identical. If you notice, my right arm is fairly rigid. and my shoulders are pushing the racket through. And I'm imparting underspin. I'm imparting underspin. Okay, one more. Under. Okay, so we are actually leaving for Lakeside today, and we will see you guys tomorrow. From Steve and JoAnne, see you Lakeside.
Lakeside.